how did you get into the life insurance space?
Yeah, so I had a lot of friends doing life insurance, Globe Life, American Income. So that's where I started at. I was there, made it up to GA, top team at my agency 2024. But I felt like my income was capped at a captive agency. So that's when I made the transition into a brokerage. And I've been at the brokerage now for actually about a year. And so I got into it essentially from my friends, seeing them do it, and I wanted to make as much money as them. So I said, if they can do it, why can't I?
Okay. Can you talk about that transition from your previous position and then now into where you're at? Because there's a lot of agents that you, as you know, that are
Yeah.
doing that transition. What was kind of like, first and foremost, what was the biggest hurdle or obstacle in going from there to now being here?
I wouldn't say, I guess the obstacle would just be just a mental obstacle, just like people hating on you. I would say is like, because at the captive world, I feel like they always talk down on the brokerage side. So I
Mhm.
always thought like buying leads was bad, right? And I didn't really, and so when I made the transition, I was a little hesitant of wanting to buy leads because I was just taught like free leads, free leads, free leads is the best way. But I mean, it's if it's free, it does not everything free means it's good, right? So I was definitely a product of that. I was capped. We only had about 150 leads to work for a 2 week span, sometimes even a month span. And new agents, they only had 100 leads for a month or 2 months sometimes. So I felt like a lot of, and I'm a people person. So if my people, my new agents can't come in making money fast, I just felt like it wasn't a great spot for them and myself. And but yeah, I feel like the biggest obstacle was just honestly just just shutting out the noise of people at the captive agency saying that I was dumb of trying to buy leads. I would say that was the biggest obstacle for me.
Okay, okay. Well, that's perspective. I didn't even know they were doing that. So that's crazy. I only came in straight to the broker side, but I had heard a lot about different people. Can you talk about your we have a lot of new agents that watch our videos, watch our trainings, and want to get perspective. And you have some agents that are killing it, which are also on the platform. But I want to know, like, how was Mark's first 30 days in the industry, not Agent Lead Lab? Like,
Yeah.
how was your first 30 days as an agent? Can you walk us through what that looked like for you?
My back was against the wall. There is no plan B. There is only plan A. First, so I graduated college. My dad wanted me to do the 9 to 5 route because of the benefits. So when I moved to Florida, was doing that, wasn't making the money that I wanted to make. So then that's when I jumped into the insurance world. And I didn't tell my dad. I didn't tell my dad for like my first 2 months. So there was no plan B at all. So I was just working my butt off and just making sure that this works. And so what I was doing was just literally, I moved out to Arizona and trained with two of my uplines essentially and just working nonstop Monday through Sunday, calling leads that didn't even want what we were selling. So like I was just back against the wall, no plan A. I passed my test November 17th, 2023. I didn't get my first lead sale until December 24th, which is Christmas
Mm.
Eve. So I was literally working Christmas Eve as well.
You were at that time you were in the captive space, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Now I want to know what's the difference between working free leads and working agent leads. And then my follow-up question is I want to know how were your first 30 days when you got to the broker space and you were working leads.
So compared age leads compared to free leads is more of a bait and switched. Aged life insurance leads is life insurance that they requested a while ago. Right. So it's like I'm not trying to beat around the bush. Hey, yeah, I'm giving you this product. And in regards to that as well, you can also buy life insurance. No,
Mm.
it's straight to the point with the age lead. It's I already have coverage. Perfect. That's exactly why I'm calling. Let me make sure that you have the best rate. And if not, I mean, if you do have the best rate, we delete that. Or excuse me, if they do have a good rate, we add on coverage. And if we can't beat the price, yeah, so that's what I mean. Excuse me. So if we can't beat the price, then we add on coverage. If we can beat the price, then we get them a better product for less of a premium.
Got you. Got you. And then walk us through most agents who are buying leads for the first time, because that's a switch, like not just from a sales standpoint, which you just went through, but also from like a mental standpoint. What was that like when you came over and they were like, yo, you gotta buy leads? Like there's a lot of agents that are timid or they're used to doing free or they're like, I don't know. Now you're telling them to drop a few $100s on age leads. What was that like for you in those first 30 days when you did have to buy leads? And like, did you come out the gate and write 40, 50K? Was it like another struggle? or kind of walk us through what that looked like for you?
Yeah, so for sure. So I never really had a problem buying leads personally, just because I had businesses in the past, high school and college, to where it's like I had to invest in my business to make more money. So that was like the number one thing that I did like about the brokerage road, is that I didn't have a problem buying leads. That was kind of a plus for me personally. It's like if I have a privilege to buy leads and get a better, return or ROI from me purchasing it, then so be it. Like I'm all for it. Right now, with the second part of your question, was it did take me a while though to want to buy more high intent leads. I'll say
Mm,
that. I would, me personally, I just felt like my skills were so good to where it's like, I don't care, like give me the H leads, I'm gonna sell them, right? But then again, I also noticed that having grown a team and wanting to put time into your team, you need more time, right? So it's like I don't have a problem calling, 8 hours a day aged leads to get sales, but I also want to be able to call 4 hours a day, get as much sales, and the other four help my team. So that was, I would say, it did take me until I met you. You're one of the main reasons when I started buying high intent leads. Before I was a $1, $2 age connoisseur for sure.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, nah, 100%. Well, let's dive into that real quick before we get to the high intent. So, talk about what it takes to work age leads, bro, because I think people underestimate. They think in their mind, they hear somebody like you, they hear a top producer, yeah, man, I bought 200 AIDS leads, I made 10 grand. And they think that they're gonna do that by putting in the wrong type of input to get that output. But can you walk us through like what does it take mentally to actually be successful on AIDS leads? And like what does that look like, bro?
a bulletproof mindset. Definitely. You cannot care about what the other, like personally, like in the most respectful way, I just feel like everybody's lying that I talked to on an age lead. It's like, I know that you did put this request in. Yes, you may have coverage, but let me just be my professional. Let me use my license to, the reason that I have a license is to help you know whether you have the best product or not. So it's definitely like having a bulletproof mindset and telling yourself every single time you call, like, hey, I know this person put in this request. It's just my job to figure out if they have the best product. And if they don't, get them a better product. And if they don't, and then another mindset as well is nobody has enough coverage. Because at the end of the day, we're selling life insurance, but we're selling money for money. So it's like, to me, most people, like if they got $100,000, they probably want another $100,000. So if they got $100,000 of coverage, let's get you another $100,000 of coverage for your family as well. So I flip my mindset as in thinking I'm just selling money for money and not life insurance, if that makes sense.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I didn't even know you thought like that, but that's brilliant. Like I'm about to start telling our clients that too, because I've never even thought of that frame to come from that position of like they can never have enough, right? Like you can always add more. And I think that that's brilliant. How much are you actually dialing though? Because people don't realize, bro. You begin. I
Each,
need people to know, like,
yeah.
what does that require from a day to day? Because people are like, yeah, I mean, I'll start at like 11 and call till like 5, and they're like, nobody's picking up. But like, he's being humble, y'all. But like, what type of hours are we talking to make ROIs in terms of
So
like these leads?
So when I first started, we were given free leads, but they were aged. And like when I mean age as well, we had like a vault to where it's like there's over like 50,000 leads on there, but there's over 100 or 200 agents still calling that same vault per se, right? So my mindset with that was, or yeah, was that is first, if they haven't been seen by me, they haven't been seen, and I'm calling more than everybody else, right? So it's like we're allowed to start calling at 9 a.m. Eastern. And so I'm calling, we had access to Hawaii and Alaska leads. So I'm calling until 12 a.m. some days. And my biggest month was when I was calling like that, which was like around 39K IP, anywhere. I think it was like 37 and 39, right around there. And that was like when I first started, but it was just like, I had to make this work. I left the captive agency. I was about to get promoted to managing partner. So there's no way I'm not going to make this work. So I'm calling as much as I can, which was from 9 a.m. to 12. And now I got better results because I did that, but also even calling 9 to 9 with age leads, it still worked for me and my
Right,
guys.
right. No, 100%. Yeah, by the way, I seen him like this was like 2 days into him buying leads with us, and he hops in our chat. It was like 11:50 Eastern, or it might have been later than that, and dropped like a banker, Hawaii, Alaska. Oh, this dude's different. And then everybody on your team was just following suit, bro. So can you talk to us about, you are right though, because when you first started with the side note, just everybody context, when he first started with this, they were all like, him and basically his whole team was like, Yo, we just want all the age. So they were sweeping up the age to the point where, just so you guys know about this, we had to tell them to stop buying age leads because they were just going crazy. We're like, bro, we don't got infinite age leads. But we then had that conversation about you transitioning into high intent leads. And I know that's been a mindset switch for you and your guys. We're now kind of getting through that, and now where people are really understanding like the value in it and how you've even seen with your sheet leads from 2 months ago that didn't pick up. You got your own age leads, so I think you're seeing the value in it. But can you walk us through like just the difference between the two? Because it is hard for somebody to go like, yo, I'm dropping a few $100s and making 10, 15 bands. Now I gotta drop, this and make less. But can you walk us through just like you talked about the time, but what
Yeah.
else have you seen in value in working, aged and fresh leads and, more importantly, kind of the fresh and the transition?
More conversations for sure. Definitely more conversations. Like when you're calling age, you got to be definitely quick on your feet. And like sometimes, like, yes, for a new agent, you definitely want them to go through that as well to like, go through the trenches per se, right? But also like giving, not even, well, I'll speak on behalf of myself, I would say for first is high intent, it's better conversations. Like they're actually willing to talk to you. With age, it's like, hey, you got to be super quick on the phone or even be different. It's like I'll just start creating like I just say anything just to start to open them up so they can tell me how much coverage they have. But most of the people that have high intent, or excuse me, most of the people that are, filling out the requests, for high intent leads or the purchasing, I'm purchasing high intent leads and the people that are just filling those out right then and there, I call them and we're just having a conversation. Most of them don't have coverage. And I wouldn't say it's easier, but it's more simple to sell them because most of the time they don't have coverage and they know that they need it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Compared to an age lead, is like an age lead, you got to know how to sell somebody with coverage, like with a high intent lead, most of them don't have coverage. So now it's really as simple as just creating a problem and just giving them the solution.
Got you, got you. So I want to transition now into like your script and not necessarily like we don't have to go through the whole thing, but I'm very big on like mindset and little hacks. Can you walk us through just like a high level overview of like, okay, in the intro, here's kind of what I say, here's why I say it. All right, this is how I, present the value, pitch, close. For like an agent that literally, and this is the frame I want you to give it to. This agent wants to work veterans, but has no idea. They've only worked like final expense and IUL. And they're like, yo, if I had just this one segment, Mark, you got the floor to explain to them everything they need to know about working veteran leads from like phone intro, the mindset of that, all the way to the close. I want to let you take the floor for a few minutes, bro. Like, just take them through a master class of like, this is how you successfully run veterans in general.
Yeah, I mean, number one, definitely like just knowing what a veteran is, right? It's like they served our country and giving them the respect for that first and foremost. And then second is like understand what they had to go through, right? They're being told every day, get down, do 10 push-ups. So I tell them, get up and go grab me a pen and paper, right? I'm not asking, in control. I'm the sergeant, you're the whatever. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but you're the new recruit, the new military guy, And in that regards, I'm definitely having to come off with way more control and understanding that they're used to being told what to do, and I feel like that's what a lot of new agents don't understand. It's like they just think that, hey, yeah, can you go grab that pen and paper for me? No, yes, sir. So go grab that pen and paper for me. It's just off rip. Like soon as they answer the phone, just first solidifying my professionalism so they understand that I'm a professional and for them to listen to me. And that kind of brings up a little point that I was thinking about is with high intent leads, there's more leverage, more ammo as well given, right? Branch of service, what they literally want this to protect, right? A lot of age leads, it's not as, as much ammo. So that's another thing I do like about high intent. But to go back into like, the veteran masterclass, essentially it's just like a, crash course real quick. It's like one, just knowing that they're used to being told what to do. So just having control as soon as you get into the phone call. Number two, they're used to, protecting our world or serving our country. So creating a problem with their family and just using that as well to like, hey, you need to also protect your family in this way as well, if that makes sense. But I think really the main difference is just having control with it in the intro and just having conviction in your tone in the beginning, if that makes sense. Because it's definitely all about the introduction. You don't come off strong enough and in control enough in the introduction as a vet, like running vet leads, they're just going to take advantage of you and tell you no,
Yeah.
since just straight up like you just got to be blunt with them. Literally, it's like, and you could say some crazy stuff to them, like you can only imagine the stuff that I say, and like, but they're laughing and they're saying the crazy stuff back to me. I'm not being disrespectful or nothing like that. It's just like, hey, sir, like, let's just be honest with ourselves. Like, you're gonna die, and this is gonna protect your wife, kids, family, this or that. And this is why we need to get this in place today, sir. Right? You're only one doctor visit of being medically uninsurable, right? Or one doctor visit from being medically uninsurable. So we need to get this in place today, sir. Okay. All right, perfect. And your account number, like it's that. I know I'm in control. I'm the professional. That's how I feel.
Right, right. And can you walk? There's some agents that ask me like, what makes a veteran lead different in terms of like, they'll see if they're disabled and the benefits that they get and the money. Can you walk somebody through that part too? Meaning like all they've ran is final expense, so they don't know like, well, why are veterans a good lead to run? Why do you prefer to do veterans over final expense? Like, imagine I'm an idiot and I don't understand it. Like, what would your answer to them be in terms of like? What makes dialing a veteran lead from a compensation standpoint also better? What does that look like?
They got money for sure, short and sweet. Honestly, like they do have money, and they're willing to spend the money to protect their family if it's for a good reason, right? It's not like they're just gonna spend this money for anything. But like literally, I have veterans telling me, "Yeah, I get $10,000 disability a month, and this is how I see how I need to spend it." Like literally, like they're telling me that they just want to spend as much as they can for this, and they'll ask me, "How much coverage can I get?" And I'll get them approved. Try my best to get them approved, and if I can't, this is the minimum or maximum that you are able to get, sir. But one thing I do got to say about Lead Labs vets, they definitely spend money for sure. Like all my biggest deals come from Lead Lab high intense for sure.
With that transition, I want to talk about your experience working with us because you have probably been, I will give you credit, I'll give credit where credit is due. You have probably been the fastest in our 4 years to partnership that I've ever seen from immediately coming into within like, I would say like a month, y'all hit it and had dang near the whole office and two or three other offices on the leads like that. And everybody was crushing and still is. And I mean, we're getting newer agents every day from you all to the point where we're starting to become more integrated into the partnership. But I actually just want to know, because we never have talked about this, bro. Like, why did you believe in this, man? Like genuinely, obviously you made sales and I'm sure you've worked with other companies because you're good, bro. Like, you know what I mean? But I think it'd be good for the viewers to know, like, what is it about us that you like genuinely, and why do you think that we're like a good lead company, honestly?
I would say the consistency for sure, number one, and the realness. CR definitely. Talking to Mac, Austin, talking to you as well. And y'all are real. You're keeping it real as well. If there's a problem, here's the solution. I really think it's that simple, and that's what business is, as well as just like, hey, this is the problem. It's fixed like this. Or if I may think, or you might think, something that could work, it's literally done so fast. I would say that, and just being able to reach out to you and have a conversation. A lot of lead vendors, you don't know the person personally, and it's not like, we're best friends or anything like that, but it's like, hey, I'm still able to reach out to you. This is that. And whenever you get free time, you respond back. Right. And that, I feel like that's great to have in a business, is just somebody that you can trust business wise, and I feel like I haven't been let down, and I don't think I will be. I definitely would say that is the consistency and the leads as well. Literally all my new agents, I have them running my old high intense, and they're still squeezing stuff out of them. And I'm like, how? Because lead lab.
Yeah, no, 100%, bro. Yeah, we got the whole squad rocking, bro. I want to finish with this. I always let people, I'm a new agent and I've never worked with Agent Lead Lab. What do I expect coming in here?
What would you expect? It depends what you're trying to, or you're going to obviously expect your ROI back for sure. You're going to expect less time on the, I know that for sure. I don't have to really call that long on high intent vets. Like I call really like consistently, especially like once they really build up, I'm really only calling like 3 hours a day getting a sale. And that's like minimal. Sometimes it's like first dial, close. Right. And then it's not always going to be like that. The numbers are just going to play out always, and you always got to remember that. But I say, as a new agent that's getting on Lead Lab specifically for high intents, your time efficiency is going to, like, it's going to go up so much. Like, you're going to have so much more time to do other stuff. I actually have a life now. Before, like at my other agency, my other company, I didn't have no life. I was stressing myself out, lost my girlfriend because all I did was work. But now it's like I can actually, create, a family that I want to create here. And definitely I'm able to move now. It's like I've been making a lot more money for sure. And my team has as well.
100%, bro. 100%. Well, bro, we appreciate you hopping on. If anybody wants to get in contact with them, all you guys got to do is reach out directly to a rep or whoever sent you this video. Or if you viewed it, you can go to the website. We'll put you in contact with them. People are always asking and inquiring. So appreciate you, brother. And outside of that, everybody have a blessed day. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, and we'll see you guys soon. Peace.